Triple H just dropped one of the biggest reveals in recent memory, and the wrestling world is absolutely losing it. One of the most unpredictable and dangerous competitors in WWE history is coming back to WrestleMania, and the storyline implications are absolutely massive. If you want to stay updated on all the biggest backstage revelations and story developments shaping the road to the showcase of the Immortals, hit that subscribe button right now and join the WWE Express family. What we're about to break down might just redefine the entire WrestleMania narrative. The shock came during what started as a routine Triple H segment about the WrestleMania 42 card. But instead of the standard organizational discussion, the cerebral assassin dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves through the entire locker room. Dean Ambrose, the lunatic fringe himself, is making his triumphant return to WWE, not just as some surprise appearance, but potentially as a major player heading into the biggest wrestling stage of the year. The man who once terrorized the bloodline, who has held championships across multiple promotions and left an indelible mark on wrestling psychology, is coming home. What makes this revelation so significant is the timing and the context. WrestleMania 42 is positioned as a collision point between legacy and the future, between established order and chaotic disruption. Dean Ambrose embodies that exact energy. He's never been a man to follow the script. He's always been the variable, the unpredictable force that can completely reshape storyline trajectories. His presence alone forces other competitors to adjust their strategies and game plans because nobody, not even Triple H, can predict exactly what he'll do. The psychology here runs incredibly deep. Think about what Dean Ambrose represents in the WWE landscape right now. The man has proven across his entire career that he operates by his own rules. He's fought champions. He's aligned with powerful factions before walking away when it no longer served his interests. He's main event premium live events and turned feuds that seemed straightforward into something far more complex and compelling. His character arc is built on unpredictability and refusing to be controlled or manipulated by authority figures. Now consider the current state of the WWE roster. You have established superstars, championship contenders, rising talent all positioning themselves for WrestleMania moments. You have storylines that have been carefully built and nurtured. Dean Ambrose's return doesn't just add another competitor to the mix. It's a wild card that forces every single story into a new dimension. What feuds might he insert himself into? What alliances might he form? And perhaps more importantly, which ones might he destroy? That unpredictability is his greatest weapon, and in a wrestling landscape where predictability can damage storylines, he's exactly the kind of variable that makes WrestleMania feel genuinely unpredictable. Triple H's revelation also signals something crucial about the direction of WrestleMania 42. The game isn't bringing back Dean Ambrose just to have another body on the card. This is a calculated decision by someone who built his entire legacy on understanding wrestling psychology and long-term storytelling. Triple H knows that Dean Ambrose's presence elevates the perceived importance of the entire event. His return generates organic interest in conversation because fans genuinely don't know what he'll do next. The guy could challenge for a championship. He could target someone with a personal vendetta. He could align with unexpected allies or create chaos just for the sake of chaos. That's the beauty of his character and why bringing him back now is such a powerful move. The character psychology of Dean Ambrose deserves special attention here. He's never been a typical babyface or heel. He operates in that murky gray area where his motivations are rooted in what he wants, not necessarily what the audience wants. He's attacked people the crowd loves. He's allied with people the crowd despised. He's done it all with a smile or a grimace depending on his emotional state in the moment. That complexity is what makes him so compelling. He's not fighting for honor or money or respect in the traditional sense. He's fighting because fighting is what he does, and the circumstances of his opponents matter far less than the fact that a confrontation interests him. Bringing him back specifically for WrestleMania creates narrative possibilities that were previously closed off. If there's a rising talent who needs to prove themselves against an absolute veteran of high-pressure situations, Dean Ambrose could provide that test. If an established champion needs to face a challenger who won't be psychologically intimidated, Dean Ambrose is an ideal opponent. If a faction or authority figure needs to face someone they can't control or manipulate, he's the perfect nemesis. His versatility as a storyteller means WrestleMania 42 suddenly has multiple potential matches and angles that are infinitely more compelling with him involved. What's particularly brilliant about Triple H's timing is that this announcement doesn't overshadow the stories already in progress. Instead, it adds layers and dimensions to them. Other wrestlers will now have to consider Dean Ambrose's presence when calculating their own strategies and goals. That creates organic storytelling where the revelation doesn't diminish other narratives but actually enhances them by introducing new variables and possibilities. The wrestling community is already spiraling with speculation about what comes next. What's his first target? Is there unfinished business with anyone on the current roster? Will he challenge for gold immediately, or will he rebuild his presence and remind everyone why he's so dangerous? These questions are exactly what make wrestling storytelling powerful. The uncertainty creates engagement, discussion, and anticipation that extends far beyond the match itself. This is the kind of moment that reminds us why we love professional wrestling. It's not just about physical ability or athletic performance. It's about storytelling, character development, and the ability to create genuine intrigue about what happens next. Dean Ambrose's return represents a pivot point for WrestleMania 42, a moment that shifts the entire event towards something more chaotic and unpredictable than audiences might have anticipated. If this kind of deep analysis into wrestling psychology, character development, and the storytelling mechanics of the biggest events in the industry interests you, please subscribe to WWE Express. We break down these moments in detail, examining what they mean for future storylines and how the best wrestling minds create narratives that captivate audiences. Subscribe now and make sure you never miss our coverage of everything happening at WrestleMania 42 and beyond. The road to the showcase of the Immortals just got significantly more interesting, and WWE Express will be here to break down every development along the way.